Hello, everybody. Hello, Tim, Sarah and Rebecca, Lisa, Ken, Katie, Serafima, Mary Lou, Maple, hello. Maple, in 40 minutes you'll get to see the food festival. The first part is the Japanese garden. Hello, Gregory, Fluff Cutie Bunny. Woo-hoo. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Dahlia. Hi, Chelsea. Hi, Karina. Hello. I'm just going to warm my hands up for 30 seconds because then it's all go. Well, thank you very much. I made this recently. I don't know where I got the fabric though. Somewhere. You know, purple's not my bag. Yeah, Maple, I said in the message that 40 or 45 minutes is the tour, and then I'll take you through the park. There's going to be a bonus tour at the end of this tour. So if you guys have got an hour, please stay with me for an hour. Hi, Trish. Hi, Lynn. But you can choose. If you're not interested in a food festival tour, that's fine. But I thought Maple-chan would probably be interested in a food festival tour. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome. I'm tempted to take my mask down, but it is a cute mask, isn't it? It is a cute mask. Hello. I've been forced to relax for a full hour because this tour was an hour later than I thought it was. I thought it was at 1 o'clock, but it turns out it was 2. My own fault there. Doesn't really matter. Let me lower this. Hello, everybody. Gonna warm these up just a little bit more. Hi, Barry. Hi. Hello, Ken. Hi, Trish. Hi, David. Nice to see you. All right. Let's get the gloves off, ready for action. Welcome to the glorious secret garden of Keitakuen. Keitakuen. I was the first guide on Heygo to bring anybody here, and Atsuko has brought people here a couple of times since. But I'm hoping to wow you with lots of lovely knowledge and things today. We'll see what I can do, see if I can keep up to it. Forced to relax, yeah. I was forced to do almost nothing for an hour, apart from try and find a cash point or ATM, depending on what version of English you speak. So let me say thank you very much to anybody who is staying up late to see this, or waking up early to see this, or who knows what Gregory Cutie Fluff Bunny is doing by staying up at whatever time it is in the UK in Ireland. So I think it's quite early in the morning. 5 a.m. Trish, you too. Thank you. Hi, Mary Beth. Nice to see you. No better way to spend a Saturday night. Okay, you just had me all confused there, but I get it. You're in America, so it's Saturday for you. Hi, Emma. Nice to see you guys. Thank you very much for choosing my tour. Hi, David. Okay, let me see. So there's not many people walking around. Very few. My English is so messed up from being an English teacher here in Japan, but a very few Japanese people. Let me realign this gimbal. 3, 2, 1. You are going to get lots of lovely views around this fantastic garden and lots of information from myself. So there are some Japanese people walking around, just 1 or 2, and then there's been a few foreign people. So I think that's quite interesting that this might be found by foreign people rather than by Japanese people. I'm going to take you around for a lovely, relaxing stroll while I teach you about Japanese gardens and about this one in particular as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. And in the background, we can see some rather shifty-looking love hotels for grown-ups just back there. And we can also see some the beautiful, wonderful, glorious Abeno Harukas. It is the tallest skyscraper in Japan, and though it may not look that big from here, it does look quite spectacular from underneath it. Here's underneath it, you can sort of get an idea of its scale. So if anyone's watching this on YouTube, sorry, you're going to need to be on Heygo with us to get a look at the chat, and so that you can interact with me as well. Now, I hope all of my other lovely voyagers that booked onto this, 68 booked, so 22 so far, they're just going to have to miss out on all of the information, aren't they? Now, I've got lots of information, but I've got a little bit of information in this lovely pamphlet that they provide. And just as I came in through the gate over yonder, maybe I'll take you over to that. Hello, Quinn, nice to see you. Just as I came in through the gate over there, a nice lady asked me where I'm from. And I said, Igirisu demo Shiga ni sundeimasu. So I said, I'm from the UK, but I live in Japan. I live in Shiga. Because they're collecting information on where tourism is coming from, which I think is quite nice, quite interesting. Now, while we're sitting here, just so that I can manage the having a feeble amount of hands, only 2 hands, let me entice you with a couple of pictures of yours truly wearing a kimono. Again, anyone who's on YouTube, get off YouTube, get onto Heygo. You're going to have to join us live. Here are some pictures of myself wearing a kimono. I hope you like them. This was from last year, about 7 months ago. Hello, Rose, in Ontario. Sorry, in Ontario, in Canada. Sorry, I've got Japanese pronunciation on my L's and R's. Hi, Valerie and Komugi. Nice to see you. Please admire those. I'm sure some of you have asked over time, Kendall, have you ever worn a kimono? Well, there's some evidence for you right there. So what we're going to see is a few things around, such as this resting space. Let me show you this. Resting space, the garden summer house. Inside, the ceiling is made of wicker wood, and Nachiguro slate fills the dirt floor. Chairs with butterfly joints are laid out as well. Please enjoy a break here. And then we have the Chosean retreat, which I'll walk past and show you. I'll also give you another picture of myself walking over that very bit, equipped with a Mushakoji Senke style tea room. This place is often used for cultural events such as tea ceremonies and haiku gatherings. A separate fee is charged for the use of this facility. It's a special house that we'll walk past later. It's quite expensive, but you should book it in groups, and you'd probably be part of a special group that has some kind of funding that will allow you to use things like that. So we'll see those as we get to them. Now, just reading from this brochure so I can put it away, because my own information is a little bigger. But let me give you a little look at this. Yeah, Maple is staying for the little bit after. Will I get married in a kimono? What a lovely, sweet question. I don't know. If I have a little traditional wedding with my partner's family, then yes, I will wear a kimono, and I hope so. And I do hope to wear a lovely dress that ideally I make myself if I have a kind of Western wedding. But I'm more game for a bunch of parties. We're just here at the moment next to what they're calling the sandy beach part of this garden. And we're going to have a lovely walk around every inch of it, okay? We're going to join this, check it all out together. And you know what? I'll just read this last little bit, this last paragraph for you. Okay? This garden's concept is called Circular Landscape Garden, in which the main subjects are a mountain and rocks around the pond. In the foreground, there is a sandy beach with a big pond expanding behind it. Also, the central island, which has some black pine trees, floats in the center of the pond. Then there are also some rock inlets floating in the pond. And all of these features make the landscape reminiscent of the huge ocean. This elaborate park features historical landscapes, a man-made mountain in the northeast, a big waterfall below the mountain, and the Azumaya house. Come and enjoy this beautiful scenery as you walk around the pond. Thank you. Hello, lovely Melissa. And thank you very much to those of you that have reviewed my previous tour today. I hope I can catch you guys on a few more tours with me. I'm going to get up and have a walk around while I start reading from my own notes and telling you from my own knowledge. There are loads of sleepy little koi over there. Look at that. They're all just resting on the bottom of the pond. I promise, just resting. They do a little sinking when they're resting. Floating is the thing you've got to be concerned with. Thank you all very much for being here. Nice to see you all. Hi, Neil. Welcome. I'm going to get you a portrait shot here. 3, 2, 1. If you've just come in, there's a couple of pictures in the chat of myself wearing kimono here with my friend some months ago, about 7 or 8 months ago. 3, 2, 1. And then in about 35 minutes, I'm going to take you around the outside of this garden, and we're going to walk through Tennoji Park as I head towards this big, lovely skyscraper. We're not going in it just yet, but if you're still awake or if you're in the right kind of country for it to suit your time zone, I'm taking you to the 16th floor up there, and then we're going to watch the sun go down. So it'll be golden hour to watch that happen later. But before then, you can come and check out a special post part of this tour, which will be a food festival. There's a sweet potato food festival and lots of other food from around the world. So please come and enjoy that with me. Good to know about the koi fishies. Yeah, don't worry, Maple, they're safe. Now, let me give you another picture here. Here's one more of me before walking over this lovely, lovely bridge area, wearing my kimono. I rented a yellow kimono. Anyone can rent kimonos in this area, actually. And if you go on things like Airbnb experiences, you can rent things like that. If you're lucky, you'll catch a bird in one of your pictures mid-flight. Hands off my sweet potatoes. Yippee, says Maple-chan. Maple-chan, I won't be offended if you don't want to come on a garden tour and you just join us again in 30 minutes. The birds are busy, aren't they? This is Osaka's art museum just here. Those birds are really, really at it today. Osaka's city art museum, but it's under construction at the moment, unfortunately, because it's a lovely building to look at, to gaze at. This gentleman is just going to have a little walk over here. But as we walk throughout this garden today, what I'd like you to think about is, as you spot the different rocks and things, do you think they look like anything? Do you think they look like anything else? Are you seeing 3 wise men here? Are you seeing a sleeping dinosaur? What are you seeing? Because the rocks and things that you'll find in Japanese gardens have been selected for their characteristics as if they looked like something else, you know. That's all right, Lauren, don't worry. I haven't got into the bulk of the information yet, so you're just in time. Oh, Olivia Newton-John State Memorial, that's lovely. She's a lovely person, and she was a lovely person. And I'm also going to do my best to get you some really lovely, we've got a Beatles moment here. I'm going to get you some really lovely postcards as we go around, because I'm an artist and I try to get you some nice angles so that your postcards really feel like you had the chance to be there and took your best shot. You see only one wise man here in the chat. I guess you're referring to dear Gregory, cutie fluffy bunny, not yourself, Kenji. Okay, so here we are. Throughout the garden, you will see lots of long bridges and things. They can be many meters long. They could be 10 meters long even. Sometimes you'll see short ones and sometimes you'll see long ones, but we'll talk a bit more about that as we go. Please enjoy the reflections on the ground too. Oh, yeah, Ken definitely means yourself, Neil. Hi, Ruby. Welcome to Keitakuen Garden. Oh, they just started holding hands. Right. Should probably focus as I walk over this little bit. Yeah, Trish, it was really lovely. I saw the moment he went to grab her hand. Very sweet. It's a little windy, you can probably tell. I'm hoping my notebook doesn't fly away. I'm going to go careful on this little bit. Ruby, if you've just come in, just scroll up in the chat and you can see a couple of pictures of myself in a kimono. So in some gardens around Japan, you can see some skyscrapers and things in the background, and they actually look really aesthetically pleasing. Unfortunately, that one there does not look so nice, does it? But this one up here, this Abeno Harukas, does look all right. And on the right kind of day, it looks really special. Anyway, I said this was a relaxing stroll, so I should probably give you a couple of moments of peace. Kenji. Yeah, actually, my fiance's father is called Kenji. And my name in Japanese as a nickname is Kendi. So, yeah, it does sound so Japanese. Imagine living on the top floor. Do you like heights, Trish, or not? Can you hear the waterfall in the background? We're going to walk past the waterfall later. Oh, I love the aesthetic there of this tree and the shadow that's on it. So we're in a strolling garden with a large pond and tea room. We'll come up to the tea room around the corner in a moment, but I'll just take you for some walks around. Now, it's right next to Tennoji Park. And Tennoji Park is very important for a lot of reasons. But a very, very long time ago, a samurai warlord, a shogunate called Sanada Yakimura, he actually made Tennoji Park his headquarters during one of the great wars. It was the siege of Osaka, which saw the castle be destroyed yet again. Numerous times Osaka Castle was destroyed. I'm sure you've heard all about it with Atsuko. She takes you around there. I think I'll take you around Osaka Castle myself for cherry blossom season 2. Hi, Wendy. And that's Sanada Yakimura. He was known as the once-in-a-100-years hero. What a cool name. Or the Crimson Demon of War. Or the last Sengoku hero. Good question, Robert. I'll leave it to my, oh, 1 second. Leave it to my notes. Yeah, I'll keep reading through my notes appropriately. Now, due to the season, we can actually catch some plum blossoms here. I'm going to go with these are plum rather than apricot because of the shape of the tree itself, but I could be wrong. Yeah, very lovely weeping one. So we're going to be lucky and we'll see a couple of trees. And the trees have been chosen for their characteristics as they change throughout the seasons. And plum trees are often used because they look so wonderful. Their silhouettes look so wonderful, even in the winter time. Just here, we've got the glorious public bathroom. We won't dwell on that for too long. I'll cover up the lady and the gentleman sign. But the sign that says Oterai actually looks pretty nice. It's just the kanji, the polite kanji for toilet. Hi, Cheryl. I'm indulging myself in having lowered my mask to walk around here. It's a bit breathy if I walk around with a mask on as I read. So Sanada Yakimoto was the leading general on the defending side of the siege of Osaka. And so right next to us, through the gaps, we can see some brightness. That's Tennoji Park. His headquarters was in that area. And those were the Tokugawa shogunate wars that ended the destruction of the Toyotomi clan, which I talk about often when I take you to places like Kyoto and around Shiga to Azichi and Hikone. And that was a long, long time ago, in 1614 to 1615. But this garden wasn't created until much, much later, 300 years later. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. I'm just going to admire the trunk of this tree for a second. I think I might get you a portrait shot. So 3, 2, 1. Just for those of you that are into that kind of thing. Such good shapes, I think. 3, 2, 1. If you want to learn how to paint things like that, then do look out for my painting tutorials and things that I offer on Heygo. Not just tutorials, but also just watching me about my work, because I've got some neat tips for teaching you how to confidently, 1 second, this doesn't look very straight, confidently create very natural looking tree effects. Excuse me. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Just found there we go. Sorry, the gimbal was having a moment. This is the summer house. All of the buildings and all of the man-made hills and things that you find in Japanese gardens, they've all been designed to specifically present panoramic views of the gardens. So we're going to pop inside that in a moment and have a little look. Have a little look at the views that it offers. But I'll probably be a bit more quiet in there because there are a few other people enjoying the space, enjoying the chatter of the birds. So I'll put my mask back on as well. So pop inside. It says, do not eat or drink in here. Ajimaya. Ajimaya. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Laurie. Nice to see you guys. Oh, there's some peonies over there. Please take note of little areas like these stepping stones. They're wonderful, aren't they? So if you were here at the beginning, I said to everybody, keep an eye out for rocks and stones that have really interesting shapes, such as this one over here, and see if you can notice characteristics in them that make you think of the landscapes that you might view as you travel different countries and things. It is said that sometimes Japanese gardens are designed even to look like entire countries or continents. Hi, Patrick. Nice to see you. Countries or continents, or even they could echo the scenes that have been seen in a painting, or even inspired by things read in poetry. And this is going to blossom like nobody's business. This is a cherry blossom tree right here. So give that 5 more weeks, and that's 5 or 6 to be in full bloom. Hi, Patrick. I think I already said that. You can have it again. Okay, you got me. You got me again. Here I am. I'm going to get you another angle on this because it's lovely. Just another little area of water. If it wasn't so windy today, you'd be able to hear the little bubble of water down in there. So this garden is purely, 1 second, lower the mask. Whew. This garden is purely in a Japanese style, and it was donated to the city in 1926 by the Sumimoto family, a wealthy merchant family from the Edo period. The Edo period was around 1603 until 1867. So it wasn't donated until much, much later. Sorry, it's a bit too windy to get a close-up on these fluffies today. Yeah, we've got loads blooming. Eriko found the early blooming cherry blossoms in Shizuoka Prefecture. And you can find them in other locations too, outside of Hikone Castle, where I take you guys as well. We have early blooming cherry blossoms, just a few. But at the moment, it's plum blossom season. So we're coming into those being in full bloom. Lauren says, I think I may have been here before because we went to the zoo that's next to it, but not use how much we actually saw. Oh, you might have just seen a little bit. I know Atsuko has been with you here before, and I've run this tour 2 other times before. My first time I did it, unfortunately, the sunlight was so overhead that it was really difficult to get good views for everybody. But today we're all right. Red flowers near the door. We've had some camellia, I think, recently. Big kind of bright reddish flowers. Oh, yeah, I think they're called camellia. And they're actually not in season now. They've stopped blooming, but some of them are hanging on for dear life. Oh, you've been here physically, Lauren. Wonderful. It's kind of difficult to get to. I always lose the entrance to this garden. You're going to see the entrance at the end of this tour. So I'm going to take you outside to see the food festival. But it's only 150 yen to come in. Of course, you've got to get yourself to Tennoji in Osaka. Tennoji is known as Deep Osaka. My partner is from East Osaka, and he loves it. He won't even go into a restaurant unless it looks dirty. I'm from the UK, and there's a badge on the wall and, a certificate on the wall, and it says 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you have a 1 or 2, most people are not going to go into your restaurant. But my partner, he would say, ooh, looks good. Like there's tasty points for all of the dirt. Let's admire these little views over here. Do you see everywhere is like a scenic response for yourself as you admire nature. And you can almost forgive the art museum in the background. So that's the old merchant house, the old merchant family home in the background, but it's got scaffolding all the way over it. Every angle's wonderful, isn't it? So I just mentioned the siege of Osaka and the park next door to this garden being used by the Grand General at the time, the shogunate, the highest level of samurai warlord. There can be samurais, but you have to have completed some kind of battle or something that was in honor of the emperor successfully to be awarded such title as shogunate. And at the time in Japan, those 200 to 400 years ago, there were actually about 300 daimyo all the way around Japan. Those are regional lords of different areas. So there was an emperor, a lot of regional lords, and then a load of shogunate as well who were winning the battles. And then, of course, lots of samurais, merchants, normal people, And then that ended in 1868. The feudal system ended, and the Meiji Restoration began in Japan. And Meiji was the 122nd emperor of Japan and the first monarch of the empire of Japan. There are more of the red flowers just to the side. Hi Santosh, nice to see you. You pop into lots of my tours these days, thank you. And the Meiji Emperor was the figurehead of the restoration of Japan that witnessed Japan's rapid ascent into being an industrialized world power. For such a small island like my own, the UK too, it really has done well to hold itself and to be held in such high regard, I think. But of course, many battles fought, lives lost. It's a difficult thing. Maple will fall asleep and we can have more of the food. I think this will suit a portrait shot if you don't mind. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there we go. I think there's some interesting angles in there. 3, 2, 1. My thumb's a little bit too cold to press that button twice in a row. I'm worried I'm going to press it 3 times. And I'm sure you've heard enough about warlords and whatnot, so I'm going to take you down to a beautiful view and start to tell you a little bit more about the garden. Could use a midnight snack. It sounds like you guys are going to eat maple jam. Please don't. Do you think she tastes like penguins? No one eat penguins. So Keitakuen Garden was constructed by a famous landscape architect. He's well known for having established the modern style of landscaping that we see in lots of gardens in major cities today. Here we go, coming up to another beautiful view. She probably does taste like garlic, that's true. But a nice reflection over there. His name was Jihei Ogawa, also known as Ueji. He worked on gardens such as Heian Jingi Shrine and Maruyama Park and Muriai, which I think you might have seen 1 or 2 of with Atsuko and with Eriko too. And as you can see from most of the views that I show you that have water, as is commonplace in Japanese gardens, a large pond resides in the middle of Keitakuen Garden. Stones and bridges are laid out around it, and there's a man-made hill in the middle. Man-made hills are often featured in Japanese gardens and usually represent either mythical or real mountains. I'm going to take you down to see those crows. Down here and then up and around again. They don't like me. Look at the shadows that are cast on everything. Every stone has a shadow. Every tree has a reflection which looks like a shadow. I love it. I love the complexity in the space. It's really wonderful. And it's really, really common in Japanese gardens for it just to be green. I mean, we are going to see pinks arise a tiny little bit, but it's going to be specially selected trees that will shine up with pink for cherry blossoms and a few for white of apple blossom and apricot. Do I sketch a lot here? No. In a couple of gardens in Tokyo, when I was on a holiday for myself, I did some of my favorite sketches ever. They're so small, they didn't take too long, but I really, really love them. But nice question. And yeah, I thought about it. I will definitely be back here for sketching in the future. In fact, I'm trying to work out a way to easily sketch live on Heygo when I'm out on location. I'm going to find a way. So another thing that's commonplace is that designers usually wish you experience beautiful nature alongside the dynamic flow of water. So as I walk a little bit further, we're going to come across a waterfall. And actually, from where I was stood at the beginning, you were able to hear the waterfall quite easily, but you haven't been able to hear it over the blasted crows, which I don't think were part of the original landscape architect's plan, but alas, it is their home too. I'm lucky to be allowed in here. Yeah, actually, the first time I came to this garden was a really wonderful experience. I paid quite a bit of money to have a Mexican gentleman who had lived in Osaka for 5 years and had a Japanese partner for 3 years. I came here on a tour of Osaka, but otherwise, I just might not have known about it. I came here on a tour where he showed us loads of things and taught us about samurai warlords and things that he loved. He just developed a strong passion for Japan, and he brought us here, and he gave us these little sesame mochi azuki bean donuts to eat and some matcha tea that his partner had made. And he showed us this kind of secret garden that's behind the art museum and behind the park where people are playing, and there's a zoo and all kinds of things. Yeah, I will be sketching on location in the near future. But I think I've got to take a tripod as well, and I've got to have something else to hold my phone. I need to hold another phone to be able to see the chat. So a bit of an ordeal, but I'm going to find a way. However, if you come tomorrow night, maybe your daytime, to my 1-year celebration tour, by the way, this is the official day of my 1-year anniversary on Heygo. So welcome to my 1-year anniversary day. The date is tomorrow, but the day is today. This is the anniversary of my first ever tour. Then you'll be able to hear some really exciting news of me. I'm not going to give you the information. You have to come on the tour, but I'm going to launch live a couple of really, really special tours. Some long awaited and requested, or one of them, one a total surprise, 2 or 3 of them all totally new to Heygo, and I'm very excited to launch them. So thank you very much for all of your congratulations. And here we can see the waterfall. We're all on schedule. Another 10 more minutes in the garden as I keep telling you a little bit more about it before we go on the post-tour bonus. I can check in on Hiro-san. I've kept messaging him actually, but he's not responding to me, and I'm afraid. So I'm trying not to be upset that my friend isn't contacting me. But he's been online, he's been visible online, so I take that as he's healthy and well. Thank you so much, Valerie. Oftentimes I feel like not running a Japanese garden tour because for whatever reason, they don't seem to generate tips. So it's more like a labor of love to be here. I'll wait till that person gets out of the way so you can have a postcard without. So thank you very much for contributing to my time and energy here, Valerie, like that. And also to my lovely sponsors here. Thank you, Robert, for giving me a follow. Look, we've got some lovely plum blossoms in the foreground just here. From this angle, we can't actually see Abanoharicus, but when we get around to the front again, we're going to see it. And I say it's hard these days not to appreciate the juxtaposition in modern architecture that can be seen from almost all viewpoints in gardens in Japan today. In the background over here, you can just see loads and loads of pretty standard high-rise buildings in Osaka. But I feel like they complement each other rather than just sticking out like sore thumbs. It's a kind of concrete jungle out there, right? So this is a little haven just in between. Sorry about all that scaffolding. Thank you. Yeah, next tour in a couple of hours. I'm going to go to an Alice in Wonderland art exhibition, and then I'm going to, if I can get any pictures, I'll share them in the chat of my next tour. And then tonight, I know lots of you might be asleep, but I'm going to go to a fantastic Team Labs exhibition. It's a big botanical garden outside light up extravaganza, so I'm really excited to take people there. Thank you so much, Neil. And by the way, Neil, your Valentine is on its way, and Maple-chan, your Valentine and Penguin birthday card will be on its way soon, lovely. And anybody who is a sponsor of mine also gets lots of cards and things sent to them seasonally. I make Japanese style paintings and send them to you. So the next set is daffodils, which will be coming soon. And then blossoms, of course. You just got it. You're going to make Mary Lou jealous. She's been patiently waiting for a long time for hers. Neil, you got that so fast. Sorry, Mary Lou. No truffles. No truffles. So despite the constant reminder of the bustle of daily life in the background, it's hard not to miss the symbolism that's always found in Japanese gardens. Often the central mound that is behind me, I'll just focus on the water for a second. The central mounds often represent turtles or cranes, actually. And if not that, then they can represent, as I said before, continents and countries. Snail mail does sometimes work fast for some people. I don't know. Please check out these beautiful rocks just below me, stepping stones that I'm using carefully. And also note, there are no handrails. So this country, this lovely Japan, is just so different from the UK. In the UK, it would say, please don't walk over here. Please don't accidentally get yourself killed. There's just no need for that. Abeno Haricus is just poking out from the top over there. So if you can't see the likes of a turtle or a crane in the mound that's in the middle, you might spot religious symbolism such as that of Horai, a sacred mystical mountain in Taoism. And actually, as many things in Japan were first inspired by Japanese culture, it's not surprising, Chinese culture, it's not surprising that there are Chinese influences everywhere as well. Taoism is an ancient Chinese philosophy that stresses living simply, honestly, and in harmony with nature, which really is what this garden and any Japanese garden tries to get you to resonate with, I think. Yeah. Yours all went together, Sarah and Rebecca. However, Karen in Australia just got hers. She just got hers last week, and it said the 17th of February on it. So it's just taking some sweet time, lovelies. I don't know what's happened. It all depends on what country your post stopped in along the way. So thank you. Mary Lou might also be asleep right now. Hi, Alice, and welcome. Kuromatsu. For anyone that comes with me on my tour of Hikone Castle, these are the same trees, matsu, that are just outside of Hikone Castle by the wall, the kind that don't have roots that protrude from the ground, which means that the carriages and horses could easily get past a long, long time ago without stumbling. Hi, Martha. Hi, Chandra. Thank you very much for being here. We've already walked over a few bridges and stepping stones, which are a common feature in Japanese gardens. They connect the visitor with other islands within the garden or allow them to cross ponds and streams. And each step you take meditatively reminds you to connect with that which is so often forgotten in our day-to-day existence. Like these pigeons, never forgotten in Portsmouth where I live because they're always flying over your heads. Excuse me, there's a gentleman just popping by behind me. Oh, really, Maple? I'm gonna be. If when I send you your cards, Maple, Mary Lou's still out there. I'm just gonna have to send Mary Lou a heap of new stuff if yours gets there first, because it's obviously something has gone wrong, hasn't it? Or Maple, I'm gonna have to send them to you to take to her. So those things that we often forget in day-to-day existence, like being meditative and being grateful for the things that we have, or focusing on the nature in which we get to stand and live amongst. Those things and our problems in life may be simple or elaborate, long or short, just like the trials of our lives, just like the bridges of the gardens here in Japan. And so I hope that if you do ever get the chance to be peacefully strolling around a garden like this without this nattering Brit showing you around, then maybe you will find that these things do resonate with you much more deeply than if you just came without having your attention alerted to things like that. Interesting Heygo interaction. I've got your mail. The trees around the gardens are expertly placed with intent to emphasize the natural characteristics of seasonal growth. Here we can see a lovely, bright plum blossom, just by itself, not a whole herd of trees, not a whole orchard of them, but just the one standing there. Pine, plum, and bamboo in particular are highly regarded for their aesthetics, for the aesthetics that they maintain even throughout the winter months here in Japan. Now, if I go around the back, if I pop around the back of this little bit, I can take you up to the top and get you a nice view with the plum blossoms in it. So, just hold on for a second. The tour is set at 45 minutes, and we're doing a post tour where I take you through a food festival after. Food festival is on till 5, and it's coming up to 3 now. So bear with me. Small world indeed. You've got a little Canadian flag too. Wow. Everyone's in Calgary. I want to go. And as Lisa really likes, mosses are used extensively throughout Japanese gardens. For me personally, this is one of the things that sets a Japanese garden so clearly apart from a British one. Beautiful though each are. The colours here in Japanese gardens, all bar these lovely plum blossoms that we're lucky to get to enjoy today, are bright and fresh green rather than the pick and mix shop of colour you'd expect in English gardens filled with English roses and their friends. I'll be your English rose today, guys. Come on, everybody. Come on, little plums. What can I do? Not those little plums. Let me find some different ones. Bit too much going on in the background to get one of those, I think. All I could do was with my hand in the way. Yeah, wonderful. They're like a fuchsia color. Fuchsia, bright pink kind of color. And your Abano Harukas just there as well. In a Japanese garden, you won't find debris on the floor. All you'll find on the ground, all you'll find is evidence of meticulous care and attention. I hope you'll agree. We haven't seen anything just now because it isn't so cold right now, but often you'll find straw and burlap and ropes are seen to be insulating and protecting trees and shrubs from freezing snow, which we've definitely seen around other castle gardens and things I've taken you to. And we find straw wraps as well to dissuade bug infestation. Here's a couple other lovely trees as well. Each one of these just looks so different, so unique to each other. It's not a collection of all of the same. And this weeping plum blossom, actually, it's just been trimmed, so all of the flowers are poking upwards. It's really had a good pruning recently. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I wanted to get it into tight focus, but that was the best I could do in the moment. We've got a few more, I think, apricot blossoms just in the background. And here's a nice view here. Let me go portrait in a second. Look at that. It's like my Hikone Castle shot, but it's Albano Harukas. Thank you, everyone, for being here, by the way. I really appreciate you choosing to spend some time on my tour. 3, 2, 1. In Japan, always look up, down, around, below. Look everywhere you can because there's wonderful things to see. We get your little zoom in just there. What do you think? Lovely. 3, 2, 1. So we didn't see so many in this garden, but you'll also see lanterns throughout Japanese gardens, usually with water basins next to them as well. And though the main purpose of those would be to cleanse yourself and the lanterns to guide the path, you'd usually find them outside tea rooms, but not all of the tea houses in Japanese gardens are used so often these days. Some of them are, of course, and I've had tea in the Japanese tea rooms. that are next to the gardens and things. This looks like popcorn. One second, let me see if I can get a not popcorn close up of these lovely, lovely blossoms. There you go. You said upside down. Are you feeling upside down? Trees are wonderful, aren't they? Look at these lovely, lovely flowers. So lovely. My mum says she has apricot blossoms blooming in her garden right now. And actually, my mum is one of the reasons that I love Asian things so much. In particular, Chinese things she was really interested in. And Japanese things were a natural expansion on that for myself from things like video games, but again, encouraged from my mum. So thank you, Mummy. She's not here, but thank you, Mummy. Sometimes she watches my videos on catch up on YouTube, and her dog really loves listening to the sound of my voice. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the lovely views of inside the garden. If you're desperate to leave now because my voice is annoying, or you just don't want to see anything other than Japanese gardens, then I totally understand. Don't you worry. But if you would like to come with me to Tennoji Park, you can see it's bustling. It's not lunchtime anymore, but there's a food festival. It's actually a sweet potato festival, but there's also food from all around the world. So please do come with me as well. Oh, Kenji says, shout out to all the Japan guides for always framing nature shots so well. Oh, your dog likes Alex's voice. That's wonderful. And just for you guys that have just come in late, here you go. Here's 3 pictures of me in my kimono. Again, well, not my kimono, a kimono I rented. And Neil, I don't know where your "don't put yourself down" comment is from. I don't think that's from relevance to me. I don't think I said anything to put myself down. It's not my usual characteristic. And then here's a little map of the garden for you from the brochure, and also a picture of a ticket, but it's the ticket from last time. No, I wasn't putting myself down about my voice. The fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter if you've got a very, very lovely voice. Everybody has got their own preferences. And so my voice might not be the kind of voice they like. And also, I love making jokes. So that's what that's about. Don't you worry. So if you'd like to disappear, I understand. Please consider tipping. Please consider tipping or leaving a review or all of the above or sharing pictures online. Check me out at linktr.ee/MissKendalJames. I'm going to take you back out the same entrance that I came through because I think you might like to see that entrance. But also it's the quickest one to get to the park. And after the park, I've got to go to Abeno Harukas. And that's where I'm going to see an Alice in Wonderland art exhibition, and then later I'll take you to see the view of Golden Hour from the 16th floor of Abeno Harukas. In the past, Timea has taken you to the very, very, very top, but I don't know. I like the view at the midpoint. Not that I've ever had the other one. No, food's coming, Maple. Food's coming, Maple. I'm taking you now. Just if anyone just wanted the garden finished, and if you want to come for the post food tour, let's go now. Thank you very much, Maple, for your tip. You're hungry. You are so cute. You're so cute. All right, let me get people like Lisa, I think, would appreciate the entrance shot. Here you are. Is it straight? Yeah, there you go. All right, let's go. Let's get hungry, Maple-chan. Did you know that in Japanese, penguin is penguin? Penguin. Hunky penguin. Thank you, Ruby. Thank you, Cheryl. Neil, Maple, make me a pork bun. Don't know if you get that. Look. I think this might be the Keitakuen garden sign. How lovely. Tengu. Not quite Tengu. Penguin. Penguin. Let's go. So welcome to part 2 of the tour, everybody. This is a post-tour surprise tour. I don't usually do this. Normally I go for an actual surprise tour, but I figured you're already here. So let me take you through the park. Right to the Right of me, if I could say it correctly, right to the right of me, we've got Tennoji Zoo over here. I'll show you the entrance in just a second. Then we've got lots of food from around the world before I take you on to sweet potato heaven. Sweet potatoes are a speciality staple of Japan. You know, they're not one of the main staples, but they're well loved. Very well loved. And they have them as a dessert, guys. Get a load of that. That's not how I have them in the UK. But it's how I have them now, not always. But they're baffled by the fact that I would put, they being Japanese people, are baffled by the fact that I put savory things like cheese on my sweet potatoes. And they're putting sugar and sesame seeds. We got a lovely little giraffe over here. I'm going to get you a little shot of the front of the zoo. You see loads of people are enjoying food to my left. And then I'm going to show you the different food stalls as we walk past. Thank you very much for joining me. Here's a teddy bear and a giraffe. Of course. Sugar is life. True. Osaka Tennoji Zoo. I've never been in it because the first year and a half that I wanted to go into it, it was closed for visitors because of coronavirus. It's all good again now, but it just looks busy. I can't be bothered with the busyness. Okay, let's get hungry Maple-chan some food. She loves food so much that I had to send her a special message saying there was food coming. Hello, Gregory, Fluff Cutie Bunny. What a legend. I might say the legend at the end next time. Oh, there's some smoky barbecue puffs coming out of some of the stalls, which is wonderful. I'm not going to be able to identify everything here, but I'll do my best. Garlic. Okay, Maple-chan. This one is garlic. I'm going to get you up close as well so you can have a look at some of the things being made. I'll do my best as we go throughout. These are some of the longest potato. They're called long potato. And it smells so good. Long potato, long sausage. Beef steaky. Nice. Yakitori barbecue stuff everywhere. Yakitori is chicken on a stick. Barbecue chicken on a stick. Look at this gent just poking out over there. Not quite the same as the long and longest. Not quite the same. And by the way, special videos from my Fuji-Q Highland tour are coming soon. Edited videos. Right, we've got meat around here. I know that's not for everybody, but I'm going to carry you through the rest of it because there is a big sweet potato fest. Here we've got lamb chops, which are pretty rare. And to go with the lamb chops, look, there's tiny little stuffed lamb toys. Adorable, but it's not what happens. They get eaten. It smells amazing around here. Although I mostly eat vegetarian food just by chance, I do like meat. I just don't eat so much of it. And this is the food that I got. I went to the Vietnamese place and I got basil rice. It was called gapao rice. You don't want sweet potato. All right, Trish, stick with me for 5 minutes and then disappear if you don't want the sweet potato. We've got our Osaka sign. Osaka! But look, loads of people. It was even more heaving earlier because it's about 3 p.m. now. So not so bad. Just going to spin you around a moment. There's a great sign that shows you all of the yummy things. That's true. But considering it's about 6 degrees, that's practically summer because it's been so cold. But yeah, there are a lot of people. Everyone's got coats and things though. So let's spend another 10 minutes or so together admiring the lovely foodstuffs. It's going to get a little bit crowded over here. It sounds like there's music too. I wonder. And that's a big green mat that's been put down on the ground over the grass so that people feel like they can sit down without getting dirty bottoms. Thank you very much for putting the Fahrenheit there. I'm all about the money conversion, but I haven't got my other conversions down yet. What do you think? Would you put your face on it? So good you put your face on it? The man himself was doing a little bit of serving earlier. The sweet potato is coming. Little impatient Hengi. It's coming. Maple-chan, you did very well to sit through a whole garden tour. I'm very impressed. I did give you specific instructions to fob off the garden tour if you wanted to. Wow, big doggies. So have you ever met Serial, my friend's dog, on my tours? This is where she got her doggie from. This lady, actually, she's got loads of them. Puppies here. I think it's Serial's mummy and daddy here. You might have seen on my Instagram, I've posted a lovely doggie sometimes. She's a breeder in the area. My friend met her when she went on the Black Lives Matter protest about 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago, and found loads of puppies, and suddenly she was spending money getting a puppy. Of course, it was sorted out at a later date. You have Shiba dogs? That's amazing. How lucky you are. It's a cute doggy day. There are people doing training and practicing with their doggies in this space over here. And here's a little Shiba Ken just below us. Yes, she did get a dog. A bit of a big one for Japan, but a lovely one nonetheless. Here is a Japanese dish called oden, which features tofu and egg and daikon, which is radish, Japanese radish. I don't know Hiro's dog's name. I never met his doggie. Okay, sweet potato land is coming. Are you guys ready? Oh, there's a bit down there. Looks like it's making a sweet potato sandwich. I'll get you to the other section. We're not looking for sweet potato sandwiches. Oh, they were making korokke there, which is a mashed potato and mincemeat. Mashed potato and mincemeat, and then breadcrumbs around the outside, and it's deep fried. A lot of very unhealthy food around here. Anyway, let's go around to the Sweet Potato Festival. 1 second. So I don't think anyone has just come in, but we're on the second part of the tour. So what you do over here is you pay, I think, for some tickets for the Sweet Potato Festival. Here it is, evidence that I'm not having you on. So, Sweet Potato Festival. Hi, Lord. Welcome. So the garden tour is finished. We're on a second part, which is just walking through the nearby park and having a look at everyone enjoying their heaps and heaps and heaps of food. We're coming up to Sweet Potato Special. There are 10 sweet potato tours. This was the world food just now. And then over here we've got a lot of desserts. I'm actually a bit upset that it's all desserts. I think there's no need for that. There's all kinds of ways to eat sweet potato. It doesn't have to be as a dessert. Crepes and pastes and ice creams and yogurts and cheeses and all kinds of things. Let's go have a little look. But look at the queues, guys. It's insane, right? So I'm going to give you a little bit of a look as best I can, considering. So if you leave a review, do review it as if it was for the garden, and please do consider doing that. I'll be very, very grateful. You're also welcome to leave a little extra something about the surprise that was added to the end. But of course, try not to confuse the next person that might come on the tour. These are crepes that are loaded with a puree that's made of sweet potatoes and sugar, like this. It looks like Play-Doh spaghetti silly string. It's very yummy, actually. It's like a chestnut puree, but, well, they make chestnut puree here all the time, but it's actually a sweet potato one. Now, as you can see, it's really busy everywhere. Hi, Jennifer. Yeah, they love sweet potato, and I'm British, right? So it's said to be in my very bones the idea that I would queue. But Japanese people, they take it to the next level. If you go to a gyoza festival, I've been to a gyoza festival and I thought it was going to be spectacular. It was, but it was just the queue fest. Sumimasen. It was just a mass queuing situation. So here they cut the sweet potato in half and then load it with cheese afterwards, and you eat it with a spoon. And this one over here looks like it's got grilled cheese on top of it. I love, love, love cheese here. Yeah, it's a lot of people, right? It's a lot of people. So I bought the Vietnamese food for the same reason that you guys catch me buying food earlier in my food festival, my food tour that I did about 4 hours ago. Whenever I see a stall that doesn't have many customers, that's the one I go to, because I don't want to queue, even though I'm British, but also I really want to support the people that aren't doing as well. That's why I always tip if I go on a Heygo tour, even though that's me giving Heygo my money twice. Tell them I'm British press. That's a nice idea. So sorry, guys, I can't get you closer there. I hope you get a feel for the love for the sweet potato. And if you like, I've got a QR code I'll give you in just a second, so that you can a QR code so you can check it out online if you like as well. So we've just walked all the way around Tennoji Park, right next to Abeno Harukas and Tennoji Zoo and Keitakuen Garden. I hope you've had a lovely time with me, and look forward to the tours that I've done today going on YouTube when I get the chance, hopefully tomorrow. Other ones that I edit take me a lifetime, so those will be in due course. And I have to wait till I go to my day job to rinse their internet so that I don't use up all of mine, because I spend a bomb on my internet. Here's a lovely little bonus flower display for you. A lot of very hungry people. Hi, Denise. Thank you very much, everybody. Sweet potato stuffies, I don't think so. ... just joined. Yeah, there was a sweet potato ice cream, but they're more likely to use a sauce for the sweet potato ice cream. So they use vanilla ice cream and then squeeze a sauce down into that after as well. Thank you so much, everybody. I look forward to seeing you for Golden Hour as we look across the whole of Osaka City. And I'm really excited for that today because, as you can see, there are some clouds in the sky, and clouds in the sky means excellent golden hour. So enjoy having a little nap if you guys want to. Maple-chan, thank you so much. You tipped me twice, lovely. I don't know if you know that you did that, but you did. You tipped me even when all I'd done was show you a blasted garden. And now you've tipped me for the food. So thank you very much, lovely. I'm going to take you halfway up that building later. So come and join me. I'm looking forward to taking you there. Bye-bye, lovelies. Thank you. Also, please check me out on linktr.ee/MissKendalJames. Bye. Bye-bye, Gregory Bunny Fluff. Thank you very much to my sponsors, so much to my sponsors who really help contribute towards my time, energy, and ticket prices. Thank you so much.